Howdy do. It's howdy do dee. We're gonna take a shortcut, much to Suki's surprise. See how I've deposited the sawdust from the chainsaw? A lot of work here did not get finished. All of these need to be, oops, cut out. And poplars are last to lose their leaves. I'm following what I thought was pathway to bliss. But I guess I'll go in where it looks like he has gone a few times. I guess I follow the blazes, huh? There's one right through there. Oh, one's right through there. I can't think of anything more boring than sitting in a hovel like this, waiting for a deer to walk up. Oh, look at that tamarack. Okay. I've been there and I seen it. I do that every time. There's an additional log right there. I'd step over this right onto that. Right there. And I promised you yesterday that I was going to remove this when spring came along. If it ever comes along. Now look at that. 10 seconds and I've fixed the world. The white chair is gone. You couldn't hear that, I'm sure. That was a partridge drumming. They do that this time of year? Advertising for sex. in the off season. This morning I had the radio on as usual. I finally again had to turn it off. We're talking with somebody in southeastern Colorado. There's a large river out there that for millions of years has been flowing heavily. It's a big river, and it's essentially empty now. Has been, I think, all summer or for a year or two, with a few little pools here and there of trapped water. But this huge river, because of drought and farmers sucking off there's the partridge again, sucking out the water, it has dried up. The guy that was the farmer they were talking to said where we're standing right now in the riverbed should be 7 to 8 feet of water deep. We would be drowning right now. So I turned the radio off. I just can't afford the anguish of hearing these dire circumstances that I can't do a damn thing about. And it isn't like this is a 1930s drought, the Dust Bowl circumstance. It's, according to them and everybody else, this is the state of the earth now. We either have too much water, like in South Carolina, which will be underwater in a few short years, unless we do something to shore things up, raise the ground, move the town. The first year in many years, being in early November, I'm getting excited about listening to Christmas music and tuning into Christmas TV. I watched one last year. I cannot remember the name of it. Animation. Beautifully done animation. Very creative and very gorgeous. I'll look it up and I'll put it along here. Well, let's go up to the prow. It's about the last place we can go. Tamaracks, which that is, are so stately, elegant. Swan Pond. No! God damn it. And she can get through this underbrush so much more quickly than I can. No! She circled back around. Worst thing about her being deaf mostly is I can't yell at her, I can't whistle at her. She doesn't hear. I gotta physically go over to her and nudge her. Get out of there. She's going back at it. No! No! Criminal bitch. It's my favorite phrase for her sometimes. Come on. That's the deep hole. I remember so clearly when this was all just mud flat. When did the grasses grow? They did it secretly at night. You can walk out there now without sinking down or getting muddy. It's hunting day. Now for the next 2 weeks, we won't be going out unless we're wearing blaze something, or unless I'm gonna run from the house to the car. I heard a couple of, well, I've heard a few gunfires this morning. A couple of them, about a half an hour apart, were right next door. It sounds like somebody's using a black powder rifle, because you hear the initial percussion or concussion. Boom, boom, puck, boom. It's a little faster than that, but puck, boom. My lips don't go any faster. I have reminded Suki that this is not the first year we've had to go through this. She's had 11 years worth of doing this every hunting season. And she didn't balk at all when I put her, what do you call it, a vest? Her drapement. Blaze green. So we are going right back inside. It's a beautiful day. It's about 50. She does not want to come in. No. That's unlike her. Come on. Come on. She can't hear me. So I reach in my pocket. Up and down the hand goes, and come on. she does not want to come in. Sorry. Come. Come on. Bribery. Come on. Yeah. We had to go through this when she was much younger and much more energetic than she is now. So, I'm sorry. That's all there is. Sorry. I had forgotten what a drag hunting season is. Cooped up. Well, it's just the way it is. I don't have to like it, and I can't complain about it. I'm making lunch. What do we have here? Half an apple, poached chicken, leftover pizza. Next, we are going to pour out some sweet hot mustard. There is nothing better. I've tried a few other brands, assuming that sweet hot mustard is all the same. And then I discovered Beaver. It really is thick, too. And I think it's sort of hilarious. I don't even know where this camera's aiming. Hilarious that they give you a squeeze top. Well, there's no way in hell you're going to squeeze it out. Now that sounds suggestive, doesn't it? And I found this barbecue sauce made locally, and it is quite good. And it is pourable. I'm drooling so much Nom nom nom. Look what we have here. You know what that is? Well, let me get the... Gone. This thing quit working on me yesterday. I would turn it on and it would shut off after a half a second. Great, something else is gone. Kaflooey. And then it occurred to me, I wonder if it needs charging. First time ever that I've run it out of a charge. And that's how it behaves. It didn't have the oomph to keep running. Oh man, sticky too. So I charged it and voila, it works. I'm gonna get rid of this. Okay. I guess that's it. Protein, fruit, condiment, and back upstairs I go. I can see dropping this off on the stairs by accident, not by choice or intent. I'm having a ball with jigsaw puzzles. Great fun. White Mountain, they are sensationally fun, well designed, well conceived, well executed. I'm at the point with this one where it's it's total chaos. But I'm beginning to recognize little bits of each piece. Ah, I know where that goes. I know where that goes. That's the fun part, when you begin to really see it. Well, we're headed for the mailbox. I have been in the loft working. Suki's been alternating like usual between the love seat and her kennel. And after, 15 minutes ago, I heard her downstairs just back and forth and up and down, and she just couldn't. I finally went and looked down at her. She was standing on the love seat looking up toward me. Poor kid. And I gotta keep her moving. I haven't received her pain medication yet. It's coming by postal service. Oh God, it's been tied up in California. It's gone about 2 or 3 miles since the day it was shipped 4 days ago. God, how does the postal service, how do they survive on us taxpayers making up the 8 or 10 billion a year that they lose? Duh. I just realized I was walking up the driveway. Suki's gonna run out into the field. Not her fault. It's nobody's fault. It's just circumstances the way they are right now. So I'm gonna have to leave her in the house when I go get the mail. I don't want her going up Turtle Trot Trail either. Yes, sweetheart, I know. Gotta laugh or I'll cry. I'm gonna take her out on the ATV loop trail. That's all our property, and she won't have a yen to run somewhere that she shouldn't go. The chainsaw is on the fritz. It won't idle. It loads up. And getting it restarted is a real pain. What are we at? 67%. I am having a bit of a unpleasant feeling about hunting, killing deer. I'm seeing it all in a very similar way to shooting people, ending their life. Why? Dennis and his son were complaining the other day about the cost of meat in the supermarket. $16 a pound. All the deer are doing is living their life exactly the same as we are. And people kill them. They stop their life. They aren't criminals. I'm just having a more and more difficult time understanding. Yeah, well, there's all sorts of arguments that can be made as to why my thinking is wrong. Once again, I've been thinking, it's a question I began asking myself years ago. And it sounds, I won't tell you what it sounds like. What is life? What is life? And I'm not talking about life in the sense of having a job and making an income and having kids and having parties and relatives and all of the things that a life involves. But what is this thing called life? I'm thinking about a bird that flies into one of my windows and dies. The life leaves that entity. But it's a non-material thing. You can't see life leaving a bird that hits the window and it dies. What is that essence, that spark? And you can poke and prod the dead bird. It's not coming back to life. It's not going to move. It can't move. You can create a bird from all the parts, feathers and beak and head, organs. You can assemble them exactly the way they were when they were alive. But it's not alive. What makes that thing live? It's the soul, it's the spirit, the consciousness, the essence of... I don't have adequate words at all. So what is that element we call life that is missing all of a sudden? If you shoot a deer and kill it, you can't run to your truck and open up a case of life vials and inject it into that dead bird and, oh, okay, it lives again. I'm really troubled by these questions. And the more I think about them, the more bothersome they become, because there aren't answers. I can't answer those things. Standing here looking across the bog at the neighbors, expecting any second to hear a bullet wang off one of these trees in front of me, and then hear the shot. What the hell would I do? I guess I'd run. So maybe all of the gurus and soothsayers and religious pariahs through the years that asked that question, what is life? Maybe that's what they were, maybe they're asking the very same question I'm asking. What is that element that we can seem to stop that element in living things, but we can't make it start? Well, Mary Shelley thought she could, in a fictitious way. But that's fiction. Once that element leaves, is gone. You know, there again I say it leaves. Where does it go? Where does that go when we kill something? When something dies, where does that spirit, I don't know what other word to use. All of these words have been used and overused, and they mean nothing to us anymore. Where does that spirit go? Well, one of the questions the soothsayers and gurus ask is, what is the meaning of life? I don't care about that. I'm not asking that. I'm asking about that thing that is life that so easily is stopped. And when I say stopped, all we humans do are degrade the physical body from supporting the life. And when the body can't support the life anymore, there again, where does the life go? And why is it that we can euthanize dogs, but we can't euthanize people? What is the difference between the animals like Suki and me, a human? Why is there a moratorium on euthanizing people? Have we got something extra special that animals do not have? If so, what is it that we humans have that is so sacred and animals are not sacred? Their life essence is cheap, expendable. Should we be euthanizing people? I'm not saying that in a Hitlerish way. I'm saying that assisted suicide, when life becomes untenable, just like for animals, we put them out of their misery. It's considered a kind thing to do. I've been laughing about the weather forecast that they've been feeding us this weather forecast for next Wednesday. They started it on Thursday of this past week. This is Saturday. And it's like the weather people are just really getting revved up, man. Oh, we got something exciting to announce. I got 2 alerts today about the weather that's coming next Wednesday through early Friday. They're saying snow from 7 a.m. until, or is it 9 a.m. until 11 a.m. and then again from 6 p.m. till 8 p.m. How do they know that? Aren't they just making stuff up to be exciting? I've never seen this sort of weather predictors hallelujah. We got something to sink our teeth into and alarm some people, piss other people off. excite the snowmobilers and the skiers, the snowshoers, the snowblower salesmen. Let's get the economy stimulated. We're gonna get snow. Well, all of those predictions I'm talking about, and the bottom line in small print, no accumulation expected. Oh, God. No. Come. Dear parts. Shit. No!